All right, everybody, good Monday. This live look out from our tower cam downtown. Cold still tonight. We still have cold air that's lingering overhead, but it's not going to last for a lot longer. You know, today we felt it. This morning we got down to 19, and that's the coldest that we have been since February. So chilly start for us this morning. And today was chilly too. And we're at the last few hours of truly cold air, and then we will literally start pushing it out after midnight tonight. So I want to show you what we've got going on through a big warm-up this week. That's what I love about this time of year is, yeah, we get the cold snaps start coming, and this may be how this winter plays out too, by the way. But this time of year, we get these cold snaps that come down, and we can still push them out quickly and get back into a really nice pattern. Something else is on our weekend. Is going to be 2 weekends in a row that aren't great because we have our next system that's right on time for the weekend. And this last one was not awesome. I was outside more than I would have liked to have been, really, in it because the weather wasn't great. Anyway, I'll show you what we see with that and just help with any plans that you've got this week. So let's get to it. All right. So I always like to just explain what's happening with the weather. And you can see that big blue dip in the jet stream. So I'm showing you the flow of the jet stream, and that big blue dip is cold air straight out of the Arctic. You might have heard that there was like huge snow in Chicago. They got like a foot of snow in Chicago. It snowed all the way down in Atlanta thanks to that thing. And that is the reason why we got so cold over the past couple of days. But if you notice the jet stream, which is a dividing line between cold and warm air, that jet stream's right on top of us. So if it were to move out, then we would see a big change in our weather. So there's the low pressure, the cold air, warm air to the west. Watch what happens. See you, cold. Get out of here. And the rest of this week is just extra warm and super nice. I bet you're going to love it. So what's that look like? Well, today, 38, not far from the record cold high of the day. 32 was the record coldest afternoon for November 10th in Kansas City. By tomorrow, we're back into the 60s in no time. We're just 20 to 25 degrees warmer than today. It's awesome. So 3 main things kind of jump out in this forecast. Number one is we've got one more chilly morning. So we still have the cold air up until about midnight, and then we start to push it out. But in the morning, you're going to have wind chills that are still going to have a bite to them. All right, so it's going to feel like the 20s in the morning, primarily thanks to a stiff breeze that we will start the day with. But it's that wind that's coming from the south that kicks winter out. Fall is back. We're in good shape. Temperatures are going up like 15 to 20 degrees above average. It's awesome. Then the weekend rolls in, and we're first warning, which I'm saying here, keep your eye on the weekend. I'm not saying your weekend is going to be a mess. What I'm saying is we need to watch your weekend because rain and storm chances are in there. We've got another temperature drop. That is the arrival time roughly of our next system. I'll get you more detail on that in a sec. Let's start here with the good stuff. Watch the warmer colors come in each and every day. It gets warmer and warmer and warmer until we hit Friday and we're 20 degrees above normal. And you see the reds over Kansas City. I love it. So 56 is our normal high. We already beat that tomorrow at 61. Then 64 on Wednesday. Keep it coming. Thursday, 67. By Friday, we're at 74. And that is normal for the middle of May. It's what we had last week. And despite, the big dip, we're right back there again. So that's actually not even too far from record high temperatures. And the thing is, all of these days are going to be nice outside. We have sunshine. It's not overly windy. There's going to be little breezes here and there, but it's not overly windy. So 0% rain chances. Then the weekend hits. And Saturday, 50% odds, Sunday, 60% odds. That's high enough that we put a first warn on them to say we're just pay attention to this. This is something that could cause problems. There's a high enough chance that this could impact your weekend plans again that we want to direct your eye to it. I've actually lowered Saturday's chance a little bit. It was at 60, it's down to 50, but still high enough there that we got to keep tabs on it. So this is not 100%. In fact, let me show you what I'm talking about. So most likely, and the way the prevailing trend has gone is the timing of the system will arrive this weekend. It brings some scattered storms Saturday evening and Saturday night, and there would even be a severe risk with those, not like an outbreak or anything, but we could have a couple strong storms, and the window of rain would linger into Sunday morning. So Saturday evening through the first half of Sunday would potentially be impacted by rain and thunderstorms. So that's what we've been seeing. But the type of system that we're tracking here is notoriously difficult for our computer forecast to time. They don't handle these well. They're what we call cutoff lows. And a cutoff low is separated from the main push of the jet stream. And they just kind of meander along without much pushing them. And that makes them hard for our computer forecast to time. When will they finally get here? And there's a new trend. And the new trend is showing this, that this system could be a lot slower. And that would delay rain until Monday. And if that happens, then your weekend's completely dry. So what I'm showing you here, and this is the way that I want to present the forecast to you, especially longer range, especially if it's something that could cause impacts like to your weekend, is I want you to see the boundary, the kind of the range. It's going to fall somewhere in this range. The range is as early as Saturday evening, we could see storms. That's something that we've seen multiple times here in recent days. And as late as Monday for the arrival. So we've got a pretty big window right now. But what will happen is in a day or two, likely, our computer forecast will snap into focus and we will be able to discern which of these two will actually play out. I'll bring you the updates every single day, and we'll go from this window to this window to this window to, hey, here's what we're thinking. This is how this is going to play out. I hope that the goal is to give you the information to make your plans. If it were me and I had decisions to make for this weekend, let's say I had a outdoor wedding or whatever it may be, I would not cancel a thing. I would be aware. I'd be checking for updates, maybe having contingencies in case the most likely plays out, but knowing that, hey, we could luck out. We don't want to blow up our plans entirely. Either which way, this isn't going to be a huge system. So it's just some rain and some storms would be possible. But I just want you to have all the information so you can adjust accordingly. All right. So there's our camera out there across downtown. Temperatures are cold. We're in the 20s right now. We're not going to get a lot colder than this tonight. We kind of bottom out here over the next, up till about midnight or so. So 28, we might go down to 26, something like that. But then you could see 2 a.m., 32, 5 a.m., we're above freezing. By 8 a.m., we're nearly 40. So this is that return of the warmer air from the south blowing in. But again, it comes with that wind. So our wind chills are going to be about 27. The temperature may be 37, but it's going to feel like 27 tomorrow morning. That southwest gust up to 30 miles per hour. So gear up. You still want gloves and all that kind of stuff if you're going to be outside for any length of time or for students hanging out at the bus stop. And then we're at 53 by lunchtime. Start with a few clouds, but then it turns into sunshine. 60s for the afternoon. Southwest wind is dying down. High temperatures up north. Everybody's about 20, 25 degrees warmer than today. So upper 50s, Bethany, St. Joe, Atchison, Cameron. Low 60s, upper 50s along I-70 for KC and Lee Summit. Lawrence, you're there too. Southern zone, you're going to be about 60 degrees as well. Here's the forecast. Notice our nighttime lows way up. Instead of 19, where, tonight's going to be 28, 37 for Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. By the end of the week, Friday night, Saturday morning's low temperature, 60 degrees. The record is 62. So we have like record warm nights potentially. And our high temperature tomorrow, even though it's warm, is still about the same as the low temperature by Friday night. It's a tremendous warm up. So all these days look really, really good. Here, I'll show you the full 7 day. Saturday, 74, so 2 days in the mid 70s here. We do have a windy Saturday potentially, so 30, 35 mile per hour wind gusts are possible. So we had wind last Saturday. It was windy on Sunday. I think that we've got wind again on Saturday. And then a temperature drop. So there's a front that comes through Saturday night, and that's what could spark the storms and the rain. And then Sunday's down to 55. Now, that's about normal, but about a 20-degree drop from what we'll have on Saturday. And then Monday, rain could spill. This whole thing could kick back into Monday. So Monday certainly has to be watched too. It's got a rain chance at 40% right now. So we're going to watch that. Here, let me show you Sunday. You can see this system bringing some rain spreading in This particular computer forecast has it for Sunday afternoon. We just got to watch those updates. So there's going to be a lot of that this week. All right, let me see if we've got any questions here that I can answer for you guys. Is it going to snow this week, Zachary? No, not here. It's snowing other places, though. Clara, I'm with you. Warm it up. Warm it up. Imagine if we got up to 80 or 90 in November. I don't think we're going to do that. The records are about 80 this time of year, low 80s, somewhere thereabout. And Austin, what do we think the temperature for Thanksgiving can be? We're going to have a cold snap again at some point. Yeah, at some point, though, here in the near term, I mean, for the back half of November, generally doesn't look too cold. Not right now. Let's see what else we have. How many more rain and storms are going to get until the jet stream moves out? Well, it moves out overnight and into tomorrow. And then what we're going to watch is a storm system that's separated from the jet stream that will return by this weekend. That will be our next one. So we'll keep you posted with all that. All right. Okay, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Always appreciate that and hope that this helped. And we will bring you updates at 10. I'll have new information by then. I'll share it with you on KCTV. So in the meantime, have a great night. Take care. Catch you next time.